And I have my cameraman Curtis, which is my son. Today we're going to talk about creating a sump and a refugium out of this 55-gallon tank. So this is a used tank I picked up really cheap from a pet store, and I'm going to test it out to see if the tank leaks. This is going to be a saltwater refugium slash sump. It is going to be for a frag tank. To test the water tank for leaks is to make sure it's on a stable base, this table. That should hold it. This is a 55-gallon tank. It's 8 pounds per gallon roughly, so we have about 450 pounds of weight here. We're going to have about 200 pounds on each leg, so that's no problem for these to hold 200 pounds, and plus it's not going to be all 200 pounds because you still have the back leg supporting some of the weight. I'll be putting a piece of foam underneath here to help distribute the weight evenly across the glass so the tank don't want to tilt if this surface is uneven in any way. Okay, now that we have the foam in place here, the foam that I use, this is just some pink insulation foam, but any foam will work. Something that it's squishable where it can evenly distribute the weight. Now I'll be filling up the tank here with this hose here, and we will raise it up to probably about almost full. The tank, the operational height of the sump won't be quite 3/4 of the height. So we'll be filling the water up right now, and then we'll go around and test for leaks. Okay, we have the water going into the tank here. What the key thing is to keep it dry around the tank and around the floor area, so if the tank does leak, we can see the leak by the water outside the tank leaking on the floor or around the outside of the tank. So right now we're filling it up, and I know it's very dirty, and at the same time we're testing this for leaks, we're going to be using this water of the tank to get a good rough clean, and then we're going to have to clean it a little more when we glue the baffles in with the silicone. What I normally do is I clean it really well and then use acetone to clean the glass, and then apply the silicone on wherever we're placing the baffles. Okay, as we were filling this, I noticed that this tank was wanting to bow outward, and since this is a newer style tank, the glass isn't as thick as some of the really old tanks. So there was a center brace here made of plastic, which might have played a role in keeping the center in. So I went ahead and took some heavy-duty Gorilla duct tape, and I put it across the center here where the cross brace went, and since it's going to go in more of a tension type of force, the tape should suffice. I can demonstrate by wiggling that. So even though this is glass, we still have some flexing here, and I'm afraid that water is heavy. Once it gets higher, you're going to put a lot of stress on this glass here, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. Support that glass and take some of that stress off. Okay, now that we have water in the tank, we left about an inch from the plastic frame around here. This is pretty taut. I feel that it got a little more tighter once we fill that water up. So now we're going to just make an observation overnight with this and see. Go ahead and mark the water level right there, and if there's a noticeable change, evaporation won't go ahead and lower that down overnight substantially. So